The Jordan Poole hate, in my opinion, has got to stop. Look, before I get into it, let me say I've been a Dubs fan since maybe 2015, maybe 2014. I've been a Warriors fan since the Warriors started hooping, since they was in the championship. So you call me a bandwagon, whatever. But I've been watching the Warriors since around when they got good. And but that's when I really started watching basketball. So you can't blame me. I'm a youngin. All right. So me personally, I've been watching Poole. Like I'll be watching all the Warriors games. I've been watching all the Warriors games. Last season was the only season I really kind of set out, but like this season I got back into it. And before last season, every game for plethora of seasons, I've been watching and I've been keeping up with the Dubs. And that's just been my thing. So me personally, like I've seen Poole. I've seen him perform. I'm one of the dudes who I'm probably on record saying some crap like Jordan Poole is going to be the next Steph Curry. Because I was sitting there watching every game, and I saw Poole, and I saw what he was doing. I saw how good he could be. I know that Poole is not a bad basketball player. There's a lot of people who's coming out, a lot of NBA players, a lot of analysts coming out saying that Jordan Poole is a bad basketball player. That is a lie. Jordan Poole is not a bad basketball player. I've watched Jordan Poole. I've seen Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is a good basketball player. He is a basketball player that is deserving of status of saying, oh, he's one of the best young dudes coming up. And there's a reason a lot of people thought he was going to go to the Wizards and be the next Steph Curry. We thought he was going to be up there with the Tyrese Halliburtons, the Anthony Edwards. We thought he was going to be up there with the LaMelo Balls, the De'Aaron Foxes. We thought that was going to be him. We thought he was going to be up there with Tyrese Maxey. But he's not right now. But he's also not hot garbage. Last night, he had a really good game last night, and that's why I'm making this video, because people just want to hate on dude. The highlights, everybody just hating on Poole and every single Instagram comment section. And in my opinion, man, give the man a break. Give him a chance to adapt, because last game was a really good game. 5 games ago, he had a 26-point game. His last 5 games, he hasn't been that bad. He's had like a 19-point game, a 23-point game. Now he's had a 23-point game. He had wait, what am I saying? He's had a 26-point game. He's had a 19-point game. He's had a 14-point game. He also had like a 10-point game. He had a 23-point game. He hasn't been playing that bad over the last 5 games. And though his plus minus is down, he's shooting the ball better. Last night he shot it over 60% from the field. He went 10 for 16 from the field. He had 23 points. He also had 3 for 5 from the 3. He hit a really deep 3 late in the game. He was playing. I watched my man's highlight reels. He was doing his thing, and he was taking good shots. He shot it above 60% from the field. Yes, Jordan Poole, he had 23 points. He shot it 3 for 5 from 3, and he was just taking good shots, making good buckets. Jordan Poole, the Jordan Poole that I saw from highlight reel last night is the Jordan Poole that I remember in Golden State. That's what he does. He's a ball player. You don't want to make him play point guard. In Golden State, he was able to play point guard, and the reason that Jordan Poole was able to play point guard in Golden State is because if whoever's playing with Steph Curry, you ought to be able to play point guard, because it's Steph and freaking Curry. This is around the time Jordan Poole got good, because when Jordan Poole came in the league, he was trash, and they put him in the G League, and then he came out the G League, and he ended up being a really, really good basketball player. And so, he just ended up being able to fit the need of Steph Curry. He wasn't exactly what Steph needed. We're seeing what Steph is really needing, a Chris Paul, a Brendan Pujemski. These are the kind of guys that are really playmakers, really point guards that really can complement Steph. We're seeing that this year, but Jordan Poole was able to just do half of that, and it was able to help the Warriors get to the championship because Steph, and we just had a really good team that year. But Jordan Poole's not a point guard. Jordan Poole's a shooting guard. And if you put the ball in Jordan Poole's hand and say, go play point guard, it's not going to work. Anybody with a brain, anyone who knows basketball, anyone who knows Jordan Poole basketball is going to know he's not a point guard. He's a 2. But the thing about Jordan Poole being a 2 is he has to be able to create a shot. And he also is not a superstar caliber player right now. He's not a type of guy that is going to be able to go out there. And I don't think he might not ever be that kind of guy who's going to go out there and be the Steph Curry. He's more of the Klay Thompson. He's going to be playing alongside a guy who takes all the energy off of him, and he's just going to be that spark player. And that's what I'm really seeing with Jordan Poole. And it's nothing wrong with being a Chris Middleton. It's nothing wrong with being, a Klay Thompson. It's nothing wrong with being a CJ McCollum. It's nothing wrong with being the side guy. Those are still all-star caliber players, but you're just not the best guy on the team, and there's nothing wrong with that, no matter what Instagram, commenters say. And Jordan Poole is a really good basketball player. He's a really good side player. He's a really good guy that can just get the team rolling. So the idea that Jordan Poole sucks at basketball is just a foolish idea. Jordan Poole is not the best player right now. He's really making a lot of bad decisions, and a lot of the hate he's getting from the media is just like, it's precedented. Like, what the heck are you doing, brother? Like, what do you want about right now? Like, Jordan, like, calm down, brother. But at the same time, JP is not trash. He's a good basketball player, and he's about to find his groove. And I'm going to go on the record and say that once he finds his groove, everybody going to go silent. Either they're going to switch up or they're going to go silent. Because I'm seeing all of these commentator channels. I've been away from the Spirit for a while, but that's what I've been doing, and it's been a minute since I really posted consistently, probably well over a year since I've been posting daily. But I just started back watching basketball this season, and I'm back into the Spear now, and I'm seeing everybody talking about JP, everybody hopping on the hate train, but y'all wasn't watching the random games versus the Detroit Pistons in 2021, 2022. Y'all weren't watching them games. We real Warriors fans, we was watching Poole play, and Poole ain't no scrub. Poole's a real good basketball player, very capable of averaging 30 a night. I go on a record and say he really is, and he was doing it. It's not just he was living off Steph. Jordan Poole was making big time shots when Steph was on the bench. Steph wasn't taking the energy. Or most people like to call it Steph's gravity. Steph's gravity wasn't apparent when Jordan Poole was going on 10-0 runs by himself. He was on the bench. It was just Poole. And when Curry hurt his tailbone against the Spurs that one time, I think that was in 2021, maybe. I think that was in 2021, yeah. Bro, Poole was killing. It was Poole. Poole was doing his thing without Steph. He was the reason we were winning the games that we won. Jordan Poole ain't no scrub, man. And people want to play Poole like he's a scrub, but he ain't no scrub, man. Poole can play basketball. And that's just the truth about JP. He can play basketball. And he's not doing what we'd expect him to do. But coming on a record saying, Jordan Poole is a trash basketball player, is foolish. And there's a lot of people saying he's a trash basketball player. Get him out the league. He's not a leader. I've been seeing that video of him in the bench, the timeout. Bro, they didn't put subtitles on my man. That's not what my man was saying. His mouth don't even look like it was saying that stuff. Man, they talking about he's a bad teammate. He's not listening in the huddle. He's not a leader. Well, he might not be a leader. He's got real character issues, but he's not a bad basketball player. Have some faith in my man. He had 23 last night. He's going to come out, and he's going to be scoring. I'm telling you, he's going to be scoring, and he's going to be making shots. He's going to be a 20-plus point per game type of guy for the rest of his career. I'll go on a record and say it. He's not trash at basketball. Give him a chance. And I'll say it before everybody else will. JP is going to get it together within the next 10 games. And within the next 20 games, I think I'll be able to make a video on this channel and go back over the last 20 games and say, look what I told you. Jordan Poole's hooping. He's a hooper. He's been a hooper. He makes tough, difficult basketball shots. He's missing right now. He's being foolish right now. But once he gets his mind right, once he gets it all together, JP is going to be back where he was. I promise you that. JP ain't no scrub. He wasn't only good because Steph was there. He wasn't only good because Draymond was getting him shots or some stupid narrative that everybody wants to say. I'm telling you, JP was good when everybody was on the bench and we needed a spark. JP was in the game and JP was hooping. And JP gonna be hooping over there in Washington. Just wait. I'm telling you. And I'll go on a record and say that. But y'all better stop hating on my man JP. Everybody hopping on the hate train. Everybody just want to hate. That's why the NBA stratosphere is not a sphere I want to be in. I wanted to be a commentator, but I don't want to be a commentator because it's just a bunch of hate and a bunch of stupid people who don't know what they're talking about, acting like they do know what they're talking about. That's why I don't want to be a basketball commentator. But if I end up being a commentator, say this video blows up and I'm end up being a commentator, I'm not going to be indulging in the foolishness as a commentator. But I don't think that's going to be me. There's a reason I don't want to be in the spirits because y'all just hate. Just hate. Just be hating. Just hate on JP. Everybody just using the chance to hate on JP as if JP wasn't the reason the Warriors got a chip. JP is cold. And I used to watch JP. I'm a real Dubs fan. Watched every game when we lose. We lose 5 games in a row. We just lost 5 games in a row. Well, we didn't lose 5 games in a row, but it seemed like we lost 5 games in a row. We didn't. We lost to the Clippers. The Clippers came back from down 20. Freaking the Kings came back from down 20. And guess what game I was watching last night? Guess what game? Guess what game I was watching last night? I was watching the Warriors play the Portland Trailblazers last night. Why? Because I'm a real fan. And a real fan has seen that Jordan Poole was cold. There's a reason why everybody thought he was going to be the next Steph Curry. He's cold. Don't lose faith in JP. Don't lose faith. But I'm not condoning what he's doing on the basketball court, though. He need to get together. Anyway, I'll see y'all boys.